Well, how about it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson, Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. Just got off of work, got home, and it's another beautiful spring-like day here in South Carolina. So we're gonna see if we can get some work done here at the farm this afternoon. We need to move our goats. They're out of their bale, so they need to go to their next pasture. We got a bale on the tractor to take to them. I've got some feed on the tractor to take to the steers. You might have saw our last video, which was actually yesterday when we moved our steers for the first time. I think I'm gonna actually leave them where they are today, let them eat on the hay bale that's in there a little bit longer. So we're gonna give them some grain, don't have to do too much with them. I already got all the other chores done, and since it's like spring, my mind is focused on the garden, the greenhouse and all that stuff right now. I've got some stuff that we're gonna be amending the garden this afternoon. I'll explain all that once we get the goats moved. So let's hop on the tractor, get up there and get started. So I shut the gate on these guys this morning and locked them in this little paddock, but I'm pretty sure they were in here all yesterday afternoon. Just kind of walking through here, seeing what all they've grazed on, how much. See if I can see the actual graze line on the fence. Can't really tell too much. It is a little bit lower on this side. This might actually be a little bit too big of a space for them for one day. So we might need to just choke it down some. Just gonna have to try to play with it until we get it dialed in how big these paddocks we want. But while I'm up here, I might as well take care of the pigs, cut their water on, get over here and check on them. Had to put 2 barrels in here. These pigs are starting to go through a good bit of water. I need to take this top off and check on their feed. So the pig's feed is good for the day. While their water's filling up, I need to take down this fence where the calves just came out of. We're gonna take it down real quick, set it across the fence because I'll be setting it up tomorrow for their next pasture move. Got to get it down first before I can get the tractor over here, because this is where I want to drop the bale over here. It's a rough piece of ground over there that doesn't really grow that much. We're gonna set that bale down over there so the wasted hay can sit on top of the ground there. But I got to go down here and unhook the fence, get it wound up real quick, and then we'll get to moving the goats. Can't forget to cut the water off for the pigs. Forgot yesterday, and it's kind of a muddy mess in there, but it happens. Got the string off of her. Like I said, we're gonna drop her right here. This is some real short grass. Really heavy traffic area where the goats and the horses and all that's been going through these gates for years. So we'll just drop this bale here. Whatever's left of it will spread out in this area. Gonna run down here, grab the mineral feeder for the steers, shut this gate, and then we're gonna open it up and let the goats in here and start moving their mineral feeder, protein tub, and water. Well, I tried to get up here in time to catch the goats and the steers. They're touching noses through the fence. These steers have never been this close to these goats before. Kind of surprised me they're not a little more excited than they are. I would love to run the goats with the steers, but if we're running pastures or pens this tight, I don't want them steers getting excited chasing them goats around and stuff. Bad stuff could happen, especially as pregnant as these girls are. So we're just gonna keep the goats running behind the steers. Steers is my plan for right now until we figure something else out. Well, I'd consider that a successful goat move. We got everybody situated. They're all spread out, kind of wandering and exploring their new area. But we've got their protein tub set up here. We got a mineral feeder. Over here's their water and their hay bale. The water's filling up. I'll shut the gate down there in just a second when I go cut that water off. But everything went good. I didn't suspect anything bad to happen or take too long. They needed some more fresh grass, but this is what I consider a pretty clean pasture. The goats have not been in this pasture for probably 2.5, maybe 3 months. The steers have been here since they got here, so about 2 months, eating the grass, eating the parasites that the goats have put on this grass. And the steers, they're a dead-end host, so once it goes through their digestive system, it pretty much kills off the parasites for the goats. So they're coming into a pretty clean pasture. Springtime is a kind of a time that we struggle with parasites here in the southeast. A lot of humidity, so we'll just kind of have to watch it and see. I'm not going to deworm anybody till after kids are here, which is about a month away, so we'll just kind of have to make sure nobody's falling behind. All these steer goats are going to go to the sale here, and I think in about a week and a half. So they'll be gone. That'll be a little bit lower parasite pressure with just less animals in here. But everything is good up here. I'm about to pull the tractor out, head back down to the house, and we're going to look at the garden and talk about what we're trying to do with it this afternoon. So for those that's been with the channel for a while might recognize this area. This is our summer garden behind us. We've got it planted in winter peas right now. We did a cover crop for the first time this year, and it's done really well. It's starting to really grow now that we're getting into some spring weather. But we're hoping to disc this in and leave as much organic material in the soil as possible. This is also a nitrogen fixing plant, so it's going to help out our corn crops and things like that as we plant it this summer. Hopefully we can see some improvement by doing this. But we're also going to be doing something else today. Behind me over here, where this tarp is a little bit of lime. We're going to be throwing some lime on top of the garden. We really don't need too much lime. Whenever we sprigged our coastal fill a couple of weeks ago, we put lime on it first. You might have saw that video of Matthew and my dad spreading lime. But we're going to put all that on this garden today. But my main thing that I'm trying to focus on today is what's in this barrel behind me. And what this is pretty much ground up eggshell. Our garden, we got a manure analysis on our garden this year through Clemson University, the best university in the country. But we did a soil analysis. Did I say manure analysis? I have to do that at work. It was on my mind. But we did a soil test on it and got back everything that we're needing. We're sitting at a 6.8 pH, so we're pretty good on our pH. We're going to add a little bit of lime, and hopefully we don't have to add lime for the next couple of years. Every year when my dad plants corn, he's always put lime in when he planted the corn. Hopefully we can put this lime on here now. We don't have to worry about it for a couple of years. Everything else was not bad off. It says we need 120 pounds of phosphorus and 113 pounds of potassium. We're not going to worry about that this year. That's not a ton. We might pick up some and eventually put it in maybe in the fall. But we're really lacking in on the highest number. You get your NPK is your nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's kind of the mostly what you're looking at, especially when you buy a bag of fertilizer. There's 3 numbers. That's what it means: nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, your NPK. But you also get another list of different things, elements that you're lacking in, and basically it gives you a suggestion of what you should put on your garden or your fields or your crops, whatever. And the biggest number that we're lacking is calcium. So one of the main things that we sell out of our garden and use out of our garden is tomatoes. We plant a ton of tomatoes every year, sell a good bit, we can a good bit, eat a good bit. I love tomatoes. It's my favorite vegetable, always has been. So tomatoes have been planted here for years and years, and basically they're taking that calcium to make the fruit. What this calcium in this eggshell is gonna do, hopefully, is gonna help us with reproduction. Calcium is known in tomatoes and other plants for reproduction. Bottom end blossom rot, I hope I'm saying that right. That can be caused by a lack of calcium in your soil, and also just, you know, the firmness of the fruit. And in my mind, it's kind of some things that I was reading today before I wanted to talk about this and act like I know what I'm talking about. It talked about the firmness of the fruit and just the fullness of the fruit, and hopefully that's going to in return make the tomato last a little bit longer after we pick it, so we can get it to the farmer's market. I'm not going to record me spreading all this, but I did want to talk to you about it. It's going to be kind of boring. I'm just going to be out here spreading this eggshell and lime, but we are going to be doing this. Hopefully we're going to see a difference on this analysis. It suggested 1,400 pounds of eggshell or calcium, and I looked up the NPK or the elements in eggshell, and basically you're getting 95% of the weight of that eggshell is calcium. So one of these 55-gallon drums is about 500 pounds. So I've got one here, I've got one on the other end of the garden. We're going to be putting about 1,000 pounds of eggshell on this garden today, and we'll probably put another 500 pounds in the fall. I don't expect this eggshell to break down and the soil absorb it and the plants to absorb it all this summer. It's going to take some time, but we're going to go ahead and get it in. We're supposed to be getting a decent rain tomorrow, so if we can get this in and get the lime in, maybe it'll absorb down in the soil and break down sooner, and our summer vegetables will be able to utilize those nutrients this year. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up and get to work. I hope you enjoy the video. We'll move the goats, got the steers and the pigs and all the other animals taken care of. Getting ready for the summer garden. It's going to be a busy, busy summer. I think I've got a lot of content coming up. I'm really thinking about throwing in another video. We already do Tuesday and Thursday videos. I tried to do a Sunday video when I first started, so I was trying to do 3 videos. I think I'm going to start that Sunday video back up. Just to give y'all a little more content. We've got a ton going on right now between all the animals, the garden, the greenhouse. I got a baby on the way. We're gonna have plenty of things to document this summer, and that's what this channel is about. You know, I started this channel to entertain, to educate a little bit, but also to just capture our journey. So I think we might start doing a 3rd video. I hope you enjoy that, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, and we'll see y'all on the next one.